Hello, hello, and welcome to Am I Nima, the demo. Normally I don't cover demos. This is the first time I've ever really tried something like this, but the concept of this game, is fascinating to me. And it is coming out this year. So I wanted to give it a shot. Um, just to take a look at the demo and get some, first reactions of it. So let's jump in. Hey guys, I'm splicing this into the video to tell you that I fucked up. When I originally recorded the demo, I forgot to change the settings in OBS to capture the game's audio. I've done my best to Frankenstein the audio back into a place where it seems natural, but if the audio seems off, or any sound effects play later than they should compared to the footage, or don't seem to play at all, that is on my end. That is not on the demo's end. The demo functions perfectly fine for what it is. So, yeah. Any audio issues that you hear in the upcoming video are 100% my fault, not the developer's fault. Okay, just wanted to say that. Enjoy! Bye! If you've never seen this game before, well, you're gonna find out. Dark, cold, endless, and utterly serene. The perfect, undulating prison for you to spend eternity. An irritating yet familiar voice scratches at your brain, and you find yourself violently awoken by a mysterious figure. It worked? You're breathing. The air is cold and stagnant. The walls that surround you provide the room with a distinct lack of natural light. You are underground. Dozens of boxes overflowing with trinkets bring a strange sense of comfort. That comfort dissipates as you realize you're tied to the chair you're sitting in. A bungee cord holds your head up. The stranger stands across the room, hesitating to approach. Nima, is that you? Words in your brain can be combined to unlock new words. Who is Nima? Am I Nima? Just tell her whatever she wants to hear. All words are stored in your library after they are unlocked. When you're done, words can be dragged from your brain down to your mouth to unlock new dialogue options. I think Mom? Mom? What's going on? Wait, yes, it's all coming back to you now. You are Nima Lee, and this is your mother, Annabelle Lee. Mom breathes a sigh of relief and smiles. Oh, thank God! I thought I'd lost you. She excitedly steps forward, but stops herself just short of throwing her arms around you in an embrace. She pauses. Lost me? Mom shudders. Let me bring you some food first. You must be starving. Mom exits the basement, excitedly clambering her way up the stairs. I hope she trips and cracks her skull. Thanks, Mom. A sopping wet bowl of slop is gently presented to you. The odor, reminiscent of wet dog and dirty socks, is masked by overwhelming amounts of soy sauce. Your nose begins to shrivel like a worm left out in the sun. Mom unties your hands, but leaves your waist and head fastened to the chair. With some effort, you can now eat your gruel. She places a small dull spoon in your now free hand. She's even uglier up close. Okay, Nima, before you eat, we need to have a little talk. There was an accident. Your memories may have been affected, and I want to ensure you're okay before everything goes back to normal. You're going to be living and sleeping in the basement for now. Can you untie me? You're tied up for your own safety. If you fall unconscious, I don't want you to fall and hurt yourself. Just follow her rules, and then we'll be free. You're not a prisoner. This is just a controlled environment for you to heal in, okay? You look at the bowl of food and then back up at her. You try to nod, but your head just bounces in your binds. All right, so starting tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing you items. I want you to think of how these items make you feel, if they bring back any memories. For now, let's start with something simple as an example. She takes the bowl of gruel and pushes it towards you. What does this congee make you think of? You can start to eat while we talk if you like. Hungry, congee, disgust, congee, Nima, disgust, congee, mom? it's all, uh, what about hungry and mom? Science? Congee and science. No, those don't combine. Science and disgust. Mom and Nima? Fear, family, love. Ah, so you can... This congee is disgusting, to be honest. But interesting. Disgust, family, hungry, family, food, Nima. Disgust and congee produced Nima? Stranger, fear, food, congee. Interesting. So lots of combinations, but some of them just lead to the same things. Congee. You hesitate, looking down at the bowl and back at her. Although she claims there are no wrong answers, you know that is not true. She is looking for a specific response. Try connecting ideas in your mind and see where those trains of thought lead you. Tell me what you're thinking about. Okay. I mean, this congee is disgusting. Ew. Congee. I love it. Yeah, there's something. This is gross. I think any child would be like, "This is fucking disgusting. What is this?" Despite every fiber of your being scream at you not to, you bravely force a single spoon of the piping hot congee down your throat. Overwhelmed by the pungent taste of Mom's unconventional methodology of cooking, you spit it back out. Better just starve to death than endure another mouthful of this over-seasoned nightmare. Unsurprisingly, Mom looks away in shame and apologizes for the culinary travesty before you. I guess my cooking hasn't improved then. I'm sorry, Mom. I can't eat this. Well, you have to eat something. Can we order takeout? She cringes. The notion of spending money on greasy fast food when there is perfectly fine congee at home seems to cause her physical anguish. You know what? I have some Burgess burger coupons upstairs. I've been saving them for a special occasion. To be determined if she'll remember to actually do this. Huh. She's gonna feed us, right? You yawn. The bowl of congee certainly chased away your appetite. Now you'd prefer to find a nice den to crawl inside and sleep. Mom sets the bowl aside and lets out a long sigh. She stares at you intently, preparing for something. How much of the accident do you remember? You shake your head. Some things just come to you, but as far as you're concerned, everything that happened before you woke up in this basement feels like a dream. You were swimming. You hit your head. Happy. Love swimming. Happy. Science. Swimming. Marine biologist. Food. Happy food. No? Okay. Happy and swimming. Trophy. Marine biologist and trophy. Love. Marine biology. Trophy. Food. Fear. No. Family. Dad. The idea of a dad. Lonely. Interesting. Work. Mom and work. Mom is a paleontologist. What is dad? Dad is a marine biologist. Trophy and work. Dad and trophy. Mom and trophy. Interesting. So this is largely a puzzle where you can sort of figure out some of the history of Nima by sort of connecting every thought. But not every thought connects to other thoughts, necessarily. Like, they are almost hierarchical. Science. Fear? Kongi. Scientist. So Mom is a scientist, but she's a paleontologist specifically, I think. Nima. Trophy. No. But if Mom is a paleontologist, work. Love? Fear. Family. Swimming. Camping. Okay. Sorry, I know this is just like smashing words together and seeing what comes out. You know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, oh, what is it called? Doodle God? I think is what it's called. It's very fascinating. Okay, camping. Do we love camping? Do we hate it? Kongi and camping? Food? Swimming? Fear? Stranger and camping. Science and camping is just work. Okay, I feel like we have a bunch of words. You were swimming. You hit your head. You're lucky I was able to rescue you. You clutch your head as a bolt of pain travels from the top of your cranium down to your spine. Pain. Ow. Swimming. And pain. Blood and rock. Pain and blood is just rock. Rock and pain is blood. Dad? Dad and blood? Dad and pain. Grief. Dad might be dead. Interesting. Grief and dad. Sad. Okay. What about mom and dad? Family. Okay. Family. Sad. Interesting. What about rock and mom? Fossil. Mom and blood. Science. Okay. Paleontologist and fossil. No, I think they're about the same. Fossil and swimming? River. River, swimming, pain. Lots of it. Pain. Camping. No. Interesting. Likely story. A memory surges to you. You recall looking up at your mother's stony face. In her hand, she clutches a small, sharp knife designed to cut through flesh and organs. Your mother looks worried as she reaches out to console you. You recoil away from her. Maybe we should talk about this later. Tomorrow, the real tests will begin. You pass those and you'll be free to leave the basement, and everything can return to normal. How am I supposed to pass if I can barely remember anything? I suppose it's only fair if you have a chance to ask me some questions in return. There's a shuddering pain racking your brain. You're almost spent for the day. Choose your next words carefully. What do you want to know? Paleontologist. Mom? Are you okay? Dad? Where is Dad? Lonely. Your job? Rest of family. Stranger. Mom? Hungry. Science. Your job? Do I like fish? Sad. Where is Dad? Grief. Blood. Swimming. The river. Fossil. I can put that in my mouth, but I can't say anything about it. I guess these are the ones that I can actually ask a question. Your job. Hungry. Nima. Am I Nima? You okay? Honestly, she's acting very strangely. I feel like it would be normal to ask, you okay? And we have a lot of thoughts here. What about love? It's the same. Let's ask you okay. Are you okay, Mom? She looks surprised and then looks down at her cardigan. Do I not look okay? You look like you stopped taking care of yourself a long time ago. You try to smile warmly at her. I was worried about you. But it's all okay now. I just need to run these tests. How about afterwards we spend the last week of summer break heading down to Radium? A nice hot spring trip will do us some good. Sure. Can I help you somehow? Just focus on getting better. Your eyelids are growing heavy. You're running out of energy. Anything else you want to ask me about? You hurt me. Fear. You scare me. Disgust. You cooked that? Do I like fish? Swimming. Lonely. Work. Happy. Swimming. I want to learn more about what happened. So yeah, let's ask actually about swimming. I got hurt while swimming? You feel like you don't trust that explanation. You went swimming by yourself and hit your head on a rock. I told you not to go because the current was strong, but you didn't listen as usual. You were lucky I found you when I did. Drown. River. Drown. Blood and rock. Drown. Sad. Blood. Interesting. Scientist. Experiment. Interesting. Fossil. Immortality. Fossil. Immortality. Dad? Memory. Mortality. Nima. Power. Experiment. Power. Escape and torture. Goodness, we're starting to get quite a lot of words. Experiment. Mom. Surgery. Indulgence. Self-loathe. Power and self-loathing. Power and surgery. Torture. Self-loathing. Experiment. Rebirth and ego. Indulgence. Hubris. Ego. Rebirth. Self-loathing. Hate. Judgment. Humility. Parasite. Rebirth. Immortality. Interesting. Power and rebirth. Fish. Nima. Rebirth and fish equals Nima. Pet. Mom hates fish. But Dad's a marine biologist. Right? Like work and Dad. But she hates fish. James Pond. Food. Wait. Nima is a pet from James Pond? Parasite? Home. Infect. Nima. Mind. Parasite. Manipulation. Home. Infect. Hubris. Nima. Sorry, I know I'm just like saying words as I like as I just like combine things. There are a lot of words that you can make. Really? Yeah. Her voice is tinged with regret. She's lying to you. You yawn and your mother takes notice. Nima, sweetie, don't you think it's time to go to bed? I just have one more question. Okay, what do you want to ask? Your job? Lonely. Are you happy I'm okay? You're scaring me. The rest of the family. You cooked that? Hungry. Nima. Mom? Drown. Did I die? Indulgence. Huh. Interesting. I kind of just want to get to the quick of this. Like, did I die? Did I die in the accident? No. You were in a coma. Let's not worry about that right now, okay? The pain surging through your brain terminates with a sudden pull of the plug. Your eyes cut to blindness, and then you feel your body fall forward to be caught by the ropes fastening you to the chair. You flicker in and out of consciousness as rogue bolts of electricity wiggle your neurons. Mom hums a familiar song. A pair of tender arms bear the full weight of your malnourished and sickly form. You are lowered onto a lumpy mattress, tucked in routinely and without indulgence. Whoever carried you here was hesitant to do so. Her acts of mothership seem little more than a performance. Despite that, you feel a gentle hand lovingly caress the side of your face, and once again the world goes dark. Ugh, my head hurts. This is my room. I barely remember it. Okay, so now we can actually interact with an environment as opposed to just our mother. Interesting. We still have all of these ideas. I was his child, and I was her child, in this kingdom by the sea. Shark. A child's drawing. It vaguely resembles a koi fish. James Pond. Oh, her pet fish? Oh, her pet fish's name was James Pond. But Mom and James Pond equals fear. Aquarium. Love the music, by the way. Holy shit. Very good. Okay. What's this under the bed? These ugly things go on my feet? Why did I even buy these? Brock's guilt. Stolen. Wallet. Guilt and plush equals lonely. You can't really see them, but I guess there's a pair of Crocs down there. Kind of hard to see, but it might just be my monitor. I wonder what's out there. Trapped outside guilt. Interesting. What's he so happy about? Pisses me off. Alright. It's a thought to have. Tales from the Uncool Kid, Benson Breyer. This book used to be so relatable. Now I just think he's a loser. Isolation, School, Forgotten. Nima, School, Happy. Ghost. Interesting. Very interesting. Did I try Parasite and Nima? Rebirth. Okay. 101 dinosaur jokes that'll have you roaring, JP. How did dinosaurs pay their bills? With Tyrannosaurus checks. Joke. Ghost. Nima Mom. Kongi. I think the one thing that I'm struggling with a little bit is we do have all of these words, right? All of these like keywords that we can combine. And although we can expand the list, there are a lot of words and concepts just in this demo. So my idea or question would be, in the full release, do we begin to truncate this list as certain verbs or certain ideas become obsolete or unnecessary? because I think that that would be a good idea, is like, if you have created everything that you can create from a word, there's like a highlighting or a sorting thing that like kind of makes that word less prevalent in Nima's mind, or well, in our mind, shall we say. But of course, who knows? Understanding Paleobiology by Helen Tamerlane. Fossil and book. Joke book. Joke fossil. Nima. Book. School. Dad. Book. No. Joke. No dad jokes in this game? Okay. Ghost. I think we kind of figured out maybe that our dad is dead. But I'm not 100% sure. Xiongwen 7. Even after all those years of studying, my Mandarin still sucks. Knowledge. Nima. School. School. Knowledge. Homework. Yeah, there are just like a lot of words. Homework. Book. Knowledge. Joke. Isolation. Trapped. Outside. Wallet. Stolen. Okay. Guilt? I think there's like a really fascinating bit of storytelling that this game is doing with the verbs too. Well, I'm sorry I keep calling them verbs. It's because it's an adventure game. But with the words, right? Because like what the combination of two words creates tells you information, right? It's not just like ideas. It's like, oh, connecting like blood and dad returns, you know, something else, or pain and dad returns grief, right? And you know, you can make an educated guess as to like what that means for Nima and her life, which I think is pretty cool. These fish are trapped in a fake world. I already have trapped. Mom spent a long time working on this one. No one even read it. This book is about evolution. I wonder what we'll evolve into. Not beating Paradox. Nima and age. Mom is old. Paradox. Immortality. That's right, because we're like some sort of immortal... We're some sort of immortal brain worm or something. Paradox. Mom. Love. Interesting. Nima. Paradox. Life. Birth. Old life. Fossil. Birth. Paradox. Age. Growth. Growth. Nima? Paradox. Hungry. Starvation. So many words, like truly so many words. Like again, I just think a way to like trim these over time would be great. I don't know how that would be implemented, but there's just like so many words, obviously, and concepts. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm a pretty strong swimmer. Well, that's fascinating. She won a swimming competition, but somehow she smashed her head in the river. Supposedly. Swim team trophy. Nima? Swim team? Interesting. River. Swim team. Very interesting. A penguin. I wonder if they're ever jealous of the birds in the sky. Envy. Nima. Family. Envy. Mom. Dad. Envy. Forgiveness. Life. Shame. Self-loathing. Regret. Stolen. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at the desk. There's a bug. Oh, that felt nice. It doesn't seem that bad. I think he's faking it. Life corpse zombie. Nima? Fear. She's afraid that she might be a zombie. Birth. We were born in Nima's corpse. I wish I could be the powerhouse of the cell. The Nemachondria. Cute. Ruin. We've ruined Nima's body? Responsibility and humility. Jesus, so many words. Okay. This human looks strange. Disgust. But it's a monkey. She doesn't know what it is. I used to chew on these pencils. Hungry. This is my special jar of wishes. Right now I wish I could get out of here. Dream. Nima. Stranger. Fear. Responsibility. We don't feel anything about responsibility and ourselves. What about Dad? Do we feel responsible for what happened to Dad? No. Goodness, okay, I could mess with this all day. My purpose in life. I wonder what my purpose is. Milk, rice, coffee, tomatoes. I wonder if Mom had time to pick up groceries while I was gone. Doesn't seem like it. Help Mom file taxes. Mom was always so stressed about those. Dumb bass. Hey, that bass is trying its best. Right, dumb bass. Fish. Bully. Hungry. Guilt. Responsibility. School. Nothing with school and bully. Nima. Bully. Sad. Is it July already? It feels like it's been a million years. Stasis. Mom and stasis equals depression. Tomato Boy's the coolest. I've read all the comics. Tomato Boy. Tomato Girl? What? Tomato Girl. Stranger. Tomato Girl and Boy? Tomato Child. Depression. Tomato Girl. Tomato Boy. Love. Family. Happy. Banana Boy. Banana Boy. What the hell? Banana Boy and Tomato Girl, Banana Boy and Tomato Boy. What the shit ass? Okay. Save the whales. Huh. Though it is beautiful when a whale dies. They host an entire ecosystem. Erosion. My first instinct is always to combine Nima and whatever I thought I've had. Is this me? I wish I could shrink down just to see how my dolls live. Mirror. Ghost. Monster. In the mom is a monster? Experiment. Rebirth. Fascinating. World's best daughter. I wonder what the sample size for this was. Nima's pride is swimming. It's mom's pride. Nima and work. What about dad? Dad doesn't connect with pride. What about pride and hubris? Indulgence. My old locker. I can't remember the password. What letters do we have? We have I, L, N, O, P, S, B, F. I don't know, like I'm gonna code break this, right? But E, I, O, P, R, T, W, A, E. Fish? Wait. Is it fish? I love fish, though. But it's not fish. Interesting. Forgotten. Pride. Nima. Ghost. What could be... What could be this? Can I make it pond like James? It was pond. Whoa, it opened. Yeah, James Pond. Is this my boyfriend? Or did I just imagine he was? Nima, I don't think you're old enough. Although it's hard to tell how old she is, actually. We only see this. She doesn't look very old. She looks very young. And but she's like got memories of like stealing wallets and stuff. Who wrote over my diary? Do not trust the woman. Kill her. I think I might be a bad person. Please. Something I can't. So Mike reached into Pearl's purse and grabbed her wallet when she wasn't looking. I feel really bad, but Pearl always said like a daughter, granddaughter to her, and that she would do anything for me. Anything. So it's not a big, it's that bad? By the way, I'm so sorry, Pearl. Today was just another plain, boring day. I went to school. I came home, made dinner, and cleaned the house. I know that I should be used to this by now, but it still feels unfair. All Mom does is fucking work. I don't even think I've seen her leave the basement this week. I get that her work is important, but I just wish that she would just talk to me, look at me, just, and do even think she notices that the hair when old kids would be, she couldn't even notice if I were missing. Anyway, I've been trying these pills that Pearl gave me. Of course, Mom doesn't know about it, but every time I try to bring it up to her, she tells me we'll talk later. So yeah, I talked to Pearl instead. Huh. Do not trust the woman, kill her. Pomegranate Prince. This guy is ultra rare. Gotta keep him locked up. Who wrote over my diary? Do not trust the woman. Kill her. Okay. But who's Pearl? It's like an older woman who's been giving Nima pills. But also Nima stole from her. Interesting. But Pearl doesn't come up as a thought. Humility. How would I get to Pearl, if anywhere? I know you can search as well. You can like put, yeah. I don't know. I'm surprised that there's already so much to explore in this demo. It's really actually quite, I'm like so intrigued. I wonder what the full game would be. Tomato Boy. I think we're just about done with all that. What about the bathroom is locked? But what if I need to... Right, we went through this. A lava lamp, hot to the touch, light. This water has been sitting out here for a while. I wonder what's living inside it now. This is what my dad looked like. I remember him. Light, life, rebirth, water, memory, rock, pain, blood. Something happened in the water. Should I knock for Mom? No, not just yet. Okay. Pretend. Parasite. Mimic. Nima. Monster. Self-loathing. Mimic and water and blood. Pride. Monster and mimic. Self-loathe. Pretend. Nima. erosion, rot. Yeah, I wish there would, like, I understand that part of the puzzle is figuring out what you should combine to figure out certain concepts, but I just really wish that some of these were trimmed out, because I just, like, well, I don't know what banana, like, banana boy, light, mimic banana boy? No? Okay. There's gotta be some way to find pomegranate prints in here. Is it fear or is it disgust? Corpse Lillian. Okay. What if I fear? Jacko Mantern. Pretend. Tomato girl? Tomato boy? Cranberry boy. I get the tomato imposter. Okay, I get the sense that, I mean, Nima does say that she read every comic. I wonder if we're just like, these are probably irrelevant, but like, they're a bunch of like little extra characters from the comic that she loved. So there's almost a part of me that wants to be like, I want to try and find like all of the tomato characters. Giant Belgian boy. Plum boy. Okay. There's so much going on. Starvation. Flytrap boy. Shame. Hot dog water boy. Hot dog water. Isn't that a character from a Scooby-Doo thing? But I'm trying to find the fruit of forgiveness. I think this is all just like esoteric, which is cute. It's cute. I like the idea of like a fucking weird eldritch brain worm rooting through this little girl's consciousness and just finding like a bunch of shitty, stupid trivia about a comic. Like, it's really funny and really effective, actually. It's kind of very good. Because it doesn't make it any less horrifying. It's just like, that's what you're working with, bro. You're working with this. Pawpaw. Good God. Okay, I feel like I could go through that forever. Shall we move on? I don't want this video to be 10 billion years long. I'm just worried. I was not talented at all. Mom and dad, family. I don't know. I'm just like, what else can I do for Tomato Boy? If my thoughts are all about Tomato Boy, I just got Tomato Boy on the brain. What am I thinking of? Cloudberry Boy when I dream of Tomato Boy. Responsibility doesn't go to Tomato Boy. What about Ruin? Cement Boy. Body, Heart Boy. Zombie, Fungus Boy. Corpse, Rotten Apple Boy. Bug. Bug does not create a boy. Regret, Rambutan Boy. Shame, Dogwater Boy. Envy, Leafy Green Boy. Growth, Kudzu Boy. Birth, Cherry Tomato Boy. Good God. This is crazy. Okay. I think that's a level of I was trying to look for pomegranate prints. I feel like that being locked in her little thing is like important, but there's like so many other characters in Tomato Boy. I just don't know if we could get there. Science? If I think about Tomato Boy in science, what do I get? Lemon Boy. Okay, no more. Should I knock for Mom? Yes. Are you awake? Yes. You hear her undo a series of deadbolts, opening the door only a crack for it to be caught by a chain lock and held nearly closed. She studies you. She closes the door. You hear her undo the last chain and open the door again. You didn't clean yourself up. The bathroom door was locked. Her cold demeanor thaws for a moment. Shit. She pounds her head with the palm of her hand. She gestures for you to go sit at the table while she retreats into your room and unlocks the bathroom. Quick, lock her in. You hesitate, weighing the risk of trapping your mother in your prison. She returns quickly and efficiently. Your bathroom is unlocked. She doesn't take note of you, passing by to ascend the stairs as a staccato of thumps and exits the basement. You fidget in your chair, wondering if you did something to upset her. She's not buying it. She returns, trundling clumsily down the stairs. She holds the railing to keep herself steady. In her other hand, she carries a large tote bag bulging with concealed items. All right. She calms down a bit and smiles placidly at you. Good morning, Nima. Good morning. Don't forget to call her Mom. Did you sleep well, Mom? No. Disgusting. She is wearing the same clothes from yesterday. She looks disheveled. It's unclear if she's slept at all. Are you feeling any pain? Yesterday our conversation ended rather abruptly. Your vitals are stable, and you seem to have made a full recovery. Yes, I'm feeling well. Good. She flips up a notebook and makes note of that response. How was your sleep? Any interruptions or strange dreams? Lie to her. Nope. She flips her notebook, closed, and the fake smile turns into a real one. You're going to do better today, right? Today is going to be a little different from yesterday. With me, I have some items. All you need to do is tell me how they make you feel. Can you do that for me? Yeah. She places a shark plush upon the table in front of you. For some reason, it invokes unfamiliar feelings within. Nostalgia, sorrow, and most intriguingly, love. Now, is there anything this reminds you of? Grief, pain, Kongi, Nima, mom, science, river, fossil, blood, pet, fish, pet fish, James Pond. I feel like the pet fish is what we're going for here. What's the pet fish doing out of his house? This isn't your pet fish, but that's kind of close. Where do fish live? Bulls? The sea? You said pet fish, so where do pet fish live? Aquariums? That's right. And what do aquariums make you think about? Fish? Nima, no. I think Dad, right? The trip. That's the toy Dad got for me at the aquarium. Can we go? Can we get tickets? Yes. Let us out of the bowl. It's not really a good time for that right now. Aw, man. Promise me we'll go sometime, okay? Just how, like we used to when Dad was still around. Memories of your father's embrace fill your mind. He's no longer with you, but the plushie still connects the two of you together. Maybe after we're all done here. Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay. Mom lets out a melancholic chuckle. It's funny. You used to bring this thing everywhere with you. I remember you never let me take it from you, even to wash it. Your father used to say it was starting to look more like a catfish than a shark. He even considered buying a second one to switch out so we could clean it when you weren't looking. Hey! He never did, don't worry. After he passed, you were even more inseparable. You wanted to hold on to anything that reminded you of him. You and Mom share a moment of nostalgic silence, reminiscing on the warmth of a face that fades more and more into memory every single day. Mom lovingly plants her hand on your cheek. I'm just glad I didn't lose both of you. Okay, Nima, let's move on to something else. She pulls out a chunk of rock with a strange formation entombed on its surface. There's a prismatic glow to the rock, an opalized skeleton, frozen in time and then cracked open like an egg. Mother hesitates, unsure if she should show you this thing. Still, she places it on the table and pushes it towards you. What does this remind you of? Uh, hmm. I mean, it's definitely a fossil. A fossil from work. Pretend. I'm just so curious how much more of this there will be. This is just the demo, and there's already so much. It's crazy. Joke. Joke time! Now is not a good time for jokes, Nima. Or Nima, as we should say. Brain parasite, whatever. Let's see. Home. Could I fit? That doesn't seem right. Hate. Why show this? Oh, that's interesting. It's a different... So that's like a progression response. Paleontologist doesn't do anything. Your work is also progression response. I think this is right. Your work. You have a memory of being at the top of the stairs to the basement, peeking down at your mother while she toiled away down here in her lab. She was looking at this rock, spending all her time with it as if it had enchanted her. She wouldn't let you see what she was working on. Every time you interrupted, she'd tell you firmly to leave. This is the topic of her next research study, a study she has been working on night and day for most of the summer. You spent the whole summer with that fossil. Time got away from me. The memories are all tinged with loneliness and guilt. Your mother had called you her lab assistant, but all you did to help her was cook and clean. Back then, you told yourself you did all that work for love, but now you can't help but feel indignant. Kind of a waste of time, sitting down here in the dark while the summer passes. You touched a nerve with that. She reacts by balling her fists. A steel veil crosses over her eyes. You spoiled brat. You can play and do nothing all summer. Maybe to you this looks like I'm wasting my time, but all this work I've done so we can fix our family. So I've done all this work so we can fix our family, I think is what that should be. You shouldn't have said that. Why not? It's the truth. Play? You didn't let me go outside. I felt like I was in prison. You had to learn your lesson. What lesson? You really shouldn't have said that. I don't think we should continue talking about this. I want to focus on happy memories today. You are my good and happy daughter, Nima. She speaks as if she's reminding herself who you are, but the tone is clearly suggesting that you've begun to wander off the script she's set out for you. What lesson, Mom? Don't get all righteous with me, as if it's my fault that we ended up like this. You're the one who betrayed my trust. You're the one who put this entire experiment in jeopardy. I was ready to forgive you, for us to go back to the way things were, but it seems you're too spiteful to move on. You're not Nima. Nima would never act like this. Nima would never question me like this. That's it. It's time for bed. Your mother grits her teeth to hold herself back from speaking further. Gruffly, she picks you up by your arms and hauls you back to your room. She deposits you across the threshold of the door, and then quickly closes the door behind you. You hear her voice muttering something about controlled stimulus as she stomps away from the door and begins ascending the stairs out of the basement. You messed up. Pushed her buttons too much. She doesn't love you anymore. You banish the errant thought from your mind. After the interrogation today, you want for nothing else but the comfort of the bed. You find yourself awake in bed. There are heavy weights on your arms. You try to wiggle, and your arms push against a series of tight ropes that bind you still. I told you, she doesn't like failure. Your mother enters the room, wiping a small steel pick with an antiseptic tissue. You're awake? I didn't use enough anesthesia. You try to scream, but you discover your mouth is gagged. That's fine. You won't need it. She leans over you, placing a knee on your stomach to pin you and gripping your face with a clawed hand. The pick inches closer to your eye. Don't blame yourself. It's my fault, really. Something must have went wrong with the procedure for you to come out like this. She begins to caress your cheek. Her hands are trembling ever so slightly. But that's okay. There's always next time. You feel the blade scrape past your socket and push out into the nerves of your brain. Your life terminates with a pop as she severs your brain in half. Suddenly, it's dark. Dark, cold, endless, and utterly serene. You spend an eternity in this darkness until a familiar voice. Nima, is that you? All right. And that's the end of the demo. Holy shit, guys. That was fucking awesome. I loved that. Honestly, even as a demo, it's fucking great. Like, if you just wrote a short story and it was that, I would be like, that's fucking peak shit. I would be like, that's top of the line. Great horror writing. Excellent work. It's interesting. So there are probably like even multiple paths within the demo. I wonder, cause like, we brought up her work, right? But there was another progression dialogue that we could have chosen. But I feel like that was the right way to end it, because it looped. Because I think she's been working on this over and over and over. Really fascinating. So excited to see what the hell they do with this in full release. Like, goodness gracious. It's already so good. Even for just like an hour-long demo. I'm really excited for this game. I just wonder how they could possibly extend it. Because I will say, like I said, we just got a lot of words at the end of the bedroom. And we started getting to a point that I was like, okay, I just think these are like, some of these words are irrelevant. I just wish that there was a way that the game would like automatically mark thoughts as irrelevant. But that's just a thought of mine. Also, the music kicks ass, by the way. This like title theme is fucking great. I'm like super enthusiastic about this game now. I loved watching the little like teaser that I saw, but like the demo is amazing. This is great. Can't wait for this to come out. Really excited to hear what you guys think of it. But thank you so much for watching. Sorry that this is a little bit of a different change of pace single video type thing, but I don't know, I just really felt like recording the demo. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.